Hello again, all this Eatmopie, and this is some more Wildstar. It's adventure time. Now, adventures are a 5-man instanced scenario is like really the best way that I can put it. The caretaker, this green guy, actually simulates these things to test the denizens of Nexus. So, yeah, it's kind of cool. It's not really that challenging. There are some challenging parts, and I have died in them. This is the very first one that I ever tried tanking, and I actually didn't have any idea where I was going or anything. So it was pretty bad, or what I was doing. I've changed my specs since then, and it's much more rhythmic. It's smoother. But anyway, I just wanted to show you this because it's kind of cool, and to give you an idea of what you can expect. Once you hit level 15, the very first adventure opens up to you. You do have to actually go there and unlock it, and then you can queue for it just like you would, a dungeon finder or anything like that. It will scale your level down. You are level 15 for this no matter what. But I believe you can queue all the way at max level. And then there will be, they don't call it a heroic version, but for all intents and purposes, it is a heroic version once you get to max level. And you probably have to unlock that as well. Again, I haven't been max level. I can't speak on that. I'm just, telling you what I've heard. Anyway, this very first part, it's kind of neat. You have to run into these blue circles. Get used to those blue circles if you're going to play this game, because it seems like a big thing. It lets you know where you need to go. And some people, one of the people here has never been here before and didn't know where to go. So we'll skip ahead and go to the next blue circle. I haven't done this, so yeah. At this point, what you're watching now is my first time in here, and I'm pretty noob about it. So don't make too much fun. I've gotten better. But anyway, basically the way that it works is it will give you missions to do. It's like a progressive quest chain, an adventure, if you will. The simulation right now is you were called into a space prison that a riot has taken place, and there are different ways that you can go about quelling the riot. You actually have a choice. It's like a choose your own adventure book. At certain points throughout the instance, this being one of them, you have a choice to make of which path you want to take. Do you want to, stop them from raiding the armory, stop them from gaining access to the control room, or whatever else there is? And it continues on, and it will vote. Everybody chooses what they want, and then, it's majority rules, and that is the path that you will take. And then there will be another path choice after you complete this part, and another one after that. Depending on which choices you make, you'll have different bosses, different mobs, different objectives and things. It's it's pretty much several different instances all put together. It really does change the entire flow of the instance by choosing just a different choice, which I think is freaking amazing. It's a scenario that you're completing tasks with your group, just like in World of Warcraft. It's innovative because you actually choose which bits of the quests and things to do, and I think that's freaking cool. So anyway, right now we chose the weapon one, where we run around the arms race or whatever. We have to run around and collect all the weapons from the area so that the prisoners don't get them. That's pretty much it. And those big boxes back there, they have a neat little mechanic, but I unfortunately didn't click any of them in this run. And for some reason, I didn't record the other runs that I had. But now another cool thing about these is, I don't know if they're timed or if it's based on, how many people die, how good your DPS is. And you can see my group is up here. doing what they do. The engineer or whatever he is just a badass, and I think he's half tank spec because he's running ahead, and he's been here before and he's done this path before, so he knows what he's doing, and I didn't. Yeah, so I'm running around like an idiot. Hello, I'm your tank. Wait for me. Wait for me. Okay. Now another thing about Wildstar, and you'll notice this even more in actual instances, and I'll do a video on that this weekend. But mobs are not always in your standard just walk over to them and pull them. You have to like leap and jump and maneuver to get to them, and they can still attack you while you're trying to do that. So again, I said this in the last video that positioning is important, and it really is. But anyway, we completed that task. We have the next task, and there's several other choices for us to choose. Well, there's 3. I'm pretty sure it's always 3 until the end. And I'm really not sure how many different bosses there are. I've seen 2 different bosses, and they are extremely different as far as their difficulty goes. And, you know, based on your group composition is going to, once people learn everything, it's going to make a difference. Because the one fight, if we would have had more ranged classes instead of 3 stalkers, which that's not this instance, I'm just saying, the one boss was very difficult for melee because of his mechanics. This boss that we're going to fight, not right now, but at the end, is much easier for melee and you know, the mid-range type classes, because he has a whirlwind type attack, but that's really it that you have to watch out for in melee, whereas he has things that will pull the ranged into him and stun them, and that's bad. You can't DPS while you're stunned. So anyway, we're out here. We have to retake the sniper towers is what we're doing right now. And this one of the group members thought that this was going to be extremely difficult for us, and it turned out to not really be extremely difficult. Although I'm out here with just my healer because the group went ahead without me. Because again, I didn't know which direction to take, and I didn't understand that if you looked at the mini-map, it would tell you where to go. Yeah.
Double kill.
I am a noob. But I'm proud of it.
Triple kill.
So. Triple kill. Oh, there's one left. I thought he died. Die. So that is a medic healing me, by the way, and the medics are pretty exceptional healers, like just freaking awesome. But anyway, here's the first boss. She is a engineer, and she will bring these bots to life, and yeah, not really that much to it. However, again, my spec is a little goofy right now, and this is essentially my first boss fight. So I wasn't doing a very good job of getting out of the bad stuff, but you do need to get out of the bad stuff. Even as a tank. You gotta move your tank ass out of that fire, out of that telegraph, because you'll die. I mean, for real. You can't take those hits. Now, some of them you can't avoid. The auto attacks you can't avoid, and that's why you're the tank. But, that bad stuff on the ground, you want to stay out of that because it adds up, and you can see how low I am because I took a couple of hits. But again, this is the first time I've ever seen this fight, and we do still manage to get gold on this adventure because that's a thing as well. And I believe it depicts the quality of loot that you receive and your achievements. So, okay, you can get gold, silver, bronze, and that pretty much goes for a lot of things, just like the challenge quests. Gold, silver, bronze. So anyway, nom nom nom. That's what it says when you eat. Now, we went and selected another scenario, and this is a, it's kind of like a, it's not a gauntlet really, it's a tower defense. We have to protect the gate. They're trying to break through the gate. And, again, this was not that hard. It's really not that difficult. But we have a ton of AoE damage. You know, we have 2 medics, a warrior, a beastie engineer, and then myself. So it's a ton of cleave damage. If you've played, you'll understand. but you can see all the telegraphs, the friendly telegraphs. Medics are pretty beasty, especially at low levels. This is a low level instance. This is the very first thing that becomes available to queue for other than Battlegrounds. And it's available at level 15, which isn't that, it really doesn't take very long to get to level 15. Yeah, so now I'm level 16 and cool beans.
Super kill.
Super kill. There's not that many fights that I've found that are like this with the gauntlet style, that you get those, you know, pentakills and super kills and uber kills and all that stuff. But I'm telling you, a lot of people say that that's annoying, and it just is not that annoying to me. I like it, and maybe that's because I played League of Legends,
Double kill.
which I haven't played in actually a couple of weeks since I got on this Wildstar kick. But
Super kill.
yeah, I like that. I'm fine with that. And again, I'm pretty sure you can turn it off, and you can adjust all your UI and stuff as well. I haven't done that. This is when you log into the game. This is what you get, and that's what I'm showing you. There's add-ons. There's tons of add-ons already. I think there's over 100 anyway. And I just downloaded a few. For instance, I have a damage meter and stuff that I just got, and I wasn't using before. In this, as you can see. So I don't... Yeah. You can't see my damage. You can't see my threat from my threat meter. I got a bunch of stuff. A bunch of little add-ons just to try them out, see how I like them. You know, move anything, change my
double kill, triple kill,
combat text font, stuff like that. Anyway, yeah, stuff gets a little crazy here. I mean, it's not that it's that difficult, because medic healers are insane, and medic DPS, I believe some of their abilities still heal, depending on how they spec. So it's almost like a support type role. Which there isn't a support type role, it just is one of those things. You know, here's a big wave. I think this is the last wave, and then we'll go on to the next one. There we go. He's telling us to go all the way back to the thing, which is one of those things I don't really like, but whatever. And then we come all the way back after selecting which boss we're going to fight. And it turns out to be this guy, who is like a big old warrior, two-handed tank. And there's his little AoE thing, but we knocked him down. Now that's the other thing that I didn't talk about. You can actually CC a boss. Now they have a little thing called Interrupt Armor, and it's up next to their name. You can see it says 2 next to the boss's nameplate. And if 2 people interrupt within a certain amount of time, the third one will actually knock him down or stun him or disorient him or whatever the interrupts are. You can actually interrupt him, and when his nameplate, when his health bar turns purple, that means he's susceptible to even more damage. He's vulnerable, which is cool as hell, in my opinion. I think that's an amazing mechanic. Now, you do have to coordinate a little bit. People have to be paying attention. They have to know when to stun, because there's certain fights, even in the level 20 dungeons, that you have to interrupt. You have to, or you die. Your entire group will wipe. For instance, there's a big dragon monster in one of the first dungeons, and you have to time it. I think his interrupt armor is 2, just like this guy. So 3 people have to interrupt him in order to interrupt him. That's it. And it has to be in succession, in a fairly quick succession, you know, within like 5 seconds or so, or he's going to cast an AoE ability that is literally going to wipe you out. And if it doesn't, you're going to be damn close to being wiped out. Now, here's a mechanic that I didn't understand on this boss is, you obviously have to get out of the bad stuff. But if the tank gets too far away, he pulls me back in with his little death grip type thing that warriors get. There you go. And it stuns me every time. Breakout gameplay. But, you know, you can't stand that close to him. I wasn't picking up what he was putting down right away. So again, I'm a noob, but I'm working on it. And this is kind of exciting. See, the boss went down, but you got to kill his ads too. And then we get our loot. So that's it. That is the first Dominion adventure, Riot in the Void. And you get access to it at level 15. Pretty fun. Pretty sweet new claw. Yeah, I'll take that. Now, support power for a tank class is very, very good because that is your tank stat. Over, you know, support equals whatever your tank stat is. So, good stuff. Very cool. And I had a lot of fun. I really like this. I've done it a bunch of times since. It's very good experience. It's very good practice. And it's kind of fun, too. Plus, there's good loot. And you'll see that in a second. At the end, the caretaker takes you out of the simulation. Yeah, to bring you back to the real world. And you'll get another piece of loot. And he tells you if you hit, you know, gold, silver, or bronze. And you can see that is a really freaking awesome blaster that I would love to have on my spell slinger. But I don't. And I got #1 in kills. That's cool. Staying alive. Nobody died, I don't think. And we did achieve gold, which was actually really good, considering I had no idea where I was going for most of the instance. But anyway, that's it. Riot in the Void. Thank you so much for watching. This is Adventure Time in Wildstar with Eatmopie. I'll see ya.